So I was reflecting on my training fail with the puppy yesterday, and then remembering some training fails that we had with the kids as they were growing. The link to the actual video that I'm talking about is in the descriptions below, but also hang on to the end. There will be another Bekki trivia question for you to have a chance to win some of the homeschool swag that I'm finding as I'm decluttering and reorganizing my house. Stay tuned. And they have a similarity that is worth noting, and that is when you are working on a new behavior, a new attitude, a new routine, and you're in that practice mode, and if you push it a little too far, you can just sense things changing. When I was working with my dog yesterday, I had him in place, which means I had a spot where he was to stay until he was called out of stay. And I was weeding and I was rewarding him with good boy, good stay, and some treats. And the little dog came out from nowhere. Up until that point, his name is Sprocket. Sprocket had been sitting in place beautifully for about 10 minutes. Beautifully, it's the longest he had stayed at place. Well, when the little dog came out, Sprocket stayed right where he was supposed to. He did not move. At that moment, I should have backed up, called him down, and redirected him so that he stayed fixated on me. Instead, I stood there and I watched him. And I watched the hair on the back of on his back stand on end. And then a neighbor came up and they started to talk to me. And I didn't step away the way that I was supposed to. The moment that Sprocket saw the other dog, I should have redirected him. Training session should have been over. It would have ended on a positive note. Same thing when you're training your kids. You're working through something and you see something change in their eyes or their expression. That's the moment that you want to switch gears. What do I mean by that? You're working with and it can be anything. Say you're just practicing how you clean up at the end of a school day. What does that mean? Papers are spread all over, and what you want is the kids to put the papers where the papers go, put the books where the books go, and put the table back together, the room back together. So you're practicing 2, 3, 4 times, but you watch the color fade out of their eyes. When you see that happen, it's time to end the training session. Always choose to go for shorter and positive versus pushing it just a little bit further and then having it be a meltdown or a frustration zone. It's so much better to observe your kids, observe your day, observe your family, to identify one thing that you want to be working on, and then to create a little role play training practice, and then to practice it in little tiny short bursts than it is to catch an attitude and try to fix it in practice for half an hour or something. Just melt down. So I got to see that vividly with our dog yesterday as I was training him. Shorter is better. Watch for the warning signs. Watch for the exchange in their expression, the glimmer in their eye to fade, the color to go out of their face, their posture to slump, or all the little tells that your kids and your family will give you when you're doing too much. So anyway, that's my thought. I'm walking in a new neighborhood today. Our son is rowing in a new location, and while they're out on the water, I am exploring a beautiful new neighborhood, and I hope you're doing great. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have done any of this kind of training in your own family, and I'll see you in the next video. Trivia time. Ready? Statistically, which state has the most or the highest percentage of homeschoolers? Oregon, North Carolina, Oregon, North Carolina. Comment below, and you have to like the video, you have to comment on the video, and you have to have watched the video all the way to the end to be entered to win. And then I will randomly draw a winner, shoot you a message, you'll email me, and then I will get you your swag.